Good day, everybody. This is the Ecclesiarch here, back to you with some more Horus Heresy Legions card reveals, and today I will be revealing a new mechanic as well as some of the cards for none other than the Sons of Sanguinius themselves, the Blood Angels. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So first of all, we need to understand the new mechanic, which is called Avenge. Now, this might be a familiar mechanic to you guys if you played some other card games, but for those of you who do not know, Avenge basically triggers when an X amount of troops have died while the troop or card with Avenge is in your hand. So for example, if I have a card with Avenge in my hand and the friendly troop dies, it gets one stack of Avenge, and at X amount of stacks, it's going to get an additional effect. So we will explain this even further as we continue the video. So first of all, let's start off with the common, as we always do, and it's Inducti Bexaron, or Inductii. So this is a 3 energy 2/2. Now, stats are obviously horrible and abysmal, but it does come with a rally to put in play an Inductii Bexaron. So this is pretty good because it's a 3 energy 2/2 and 2/2. It's kind of like the Syrian squad from Ultramarines, but the difference, of course, is that this one costs higher, but at the same time does not require the courage to trigger. Now, you might think, why do I want this kind of a troop? Well, you want it because it's a perfect fuel for your Avenge. So you drop these guys and you can use them for both Requiem, which is going to be sticking around as far as I know, and of course you can also feed your Avenge, which is perfect. Now, speaking of Avenge, let's actually take a look at the tactic that I have for you, which is a 5 cost one, the brightest one. So it's just 5 energy, draw 3 cards, but at Avenge 3, they cost 1 less. So basically, if you have this card in your hand, when 3 friendly troops have already died on the battlefield, it means that when you play this card, it will no longer only draw 3, but they will cost 1 less as well. Now, this is pretty interesting. This is your typical high cost card draw with a condition for cost reduction. I think this could be okay. Blood Angels did tend to struggle a little bit with card draw, especially Sanguinius, even though they do have some options for card draw, and maybe this will be a tool for them if they continue to struggle with card draw in the expansion. So there's nothing like super exciting about this card, but I will say that it sounds like a pretty good control card that you might want to have at least 1 copy of in your deck. But now let's take a look at something else. So this is a rare card, Dawnbreaker Lucar. So this is a 4 energy 5/4 unstoppable. You can already guess that this is like a flanking stat card, and it has Avenge 4, gain flank. Now this is probably going to be a good card because, well, first of all, this is very similar once again to the old Ultramarine card, one that used to get courage flank, and I think Avenge 4 is going to be very easy to pull off because all you really need to do is have 4 of your allies just fall in battle and you basically get flanked. So this will be pretty good, but this might be a problematic card for you if you draw this in the late game where basically you don't have many cards left. So apparently it's going to be pretty important for the Blood Angels, at least that I see, that you need to always have some cards in your hand so that you can fuel the Avenge of cards that you have drawn recently, because this doesn't trigger when it's in your deck. So you need to have the card in your hand while the things are dying on the board. So it is pretty important to set that up. But overall, seems like a decent flanker. Now, as always, I also have an epic for you guys, and the epic is, I would say, quite interesting. This is the Ofanimaros, a 2 energy 3/2, and it has Avenge 2, gain 2+2+2. So honestly, this seems like one of their best cards already, because 2 energy 5/4 is insane. Also considering that like it's only Avenge 2, which basically means like if you are able to play civilians on turn 1, for example, and you have Ofanimaros in your hand, yeah, there you go. You're just going to play this for +2/+2. Now, fortunately, it's not going to be that insane because there is literally it's not physically possible for you to play this on turn 1 and have like a 5/4, because it does have that avenging mechanic. So that means that you will not be able to abuse this like crazy, but still it's a 2 energy 5/4, which is insane value. Thus, of course, this is going to be a scary thing to deal with. And finally, guys, I actually have a legendary for you, which is the Crimson Exemplar, 6 energy 6/7, already pretty good stats. You guys know that I always like when the HP is higher than the cost. And its passive is your Warlord has invulnerable, so that's actually pretty damn cool. But at the same time, if you have Avenge 4, your Warlord gains +1. So it means when you play this, your Warlord's gonna gain a permanent +1 until basically the end of the battle, right? So this seems like a pretty damn good card, because it's basically like a better front line, because while this is alive, your Warlord cannot be targeted by anything basically other than stun. So I think this is actually a really good defensive card, especially if you can reduce its cost. And Avenge 4 by the time of 6 energy should not be too hard to pull off, but that is like an interesting thing about these new Blood Angels. You will really have to decide what you want to keep in your hand, because when you draw Crimson Exemplar, you might want to cycle it because it's 6 energy, but at the same time you might want to keep it so that the Avenge triggers. So I think overall the mechanics of the Blood Angels seem quite interesting, because that's gonna actually depending on the other cards, of course, it's going to really put you in a place of making difficult decisions. Well, that will be all from me, guys. I'm excited to see what the others have to reveal as well. So, I hope you enjoyed the reveals. Leave a comment and tell me what you think about the new cards. So, Ecclesiarch out.